So, welcome to the Equinox Detox. This is going to be fun. This is a 6 week long program that I put together based on all of the research that I've done, primarily through the Cellcore website. Cellcore has amazing detox and parasite cleanse products. I really love them. They're like a 2 for 1, 3 for 1 type of thing. So a lot of the things that we're talking about tonight with the lymphatic drainage and the binders and things like that, they combine things together. So we're not taking a whole bunch of different things. You can take more things if you want, depending on what you're doing. And that's what I'm hoping tonight will give you an idea of what the options are so that you can decide what's most appropriate for you. And if you have any questions, of course, you can always ask. And I do give an option to set up an appointment with me, a free 30-minute consultation, just so I can go through and help you with anything that you're dealing with. So basically what we do is for the first month, we prepare the body to get the drainage pathways going. And then in the 5th week, we do the parasite cleanse. And the 6th week, we just kind of, how was it? And kind of come out of it. So let's see. I'm going to share my screen first. Let's go to, okay. So here is, let me get that out of the way. So here's the Telegram group. I put a bunch of stuff in here. I kind of went nuts because I wanted to show you guys a bunch of different things. Where was here it is. The drainage 101. Okay. Okay. Drainage and why it's the first step in detox and why it's so important. Now I need to move this over here. Okay, so detox is a trendy term and cleansing regimens abound, but many people go about it the wrong way, leaving them feel worse than when they started. When considering all the toxins people pick up in the air, water, and food, not to mention the ones generated by unwelcome microbes, including viruses and parasites, well, your instinct may be to detox as fast as possible, but that could backfire. You need to clear out your toxin elimination processes and pathways first. So think of your body as a vast city. Every house is one of the cells. What if every homeowner took out the garbage at the same time, right? Think about it, the trash never collected. It gets pretty ugly. Same thing happens in your body. So you could be pulling toxins out, but there's no place for them to go. For instance, you get constipated, or your liver doesn't process properly. And then next thing you know, you're experiencing a detoxing symptoms like a Herxheimer reaction, which to go, oh yeah, it's fine. It, like flu-like symptoms or whatever. That means it's working. Yes, but it also means that your drainage pathways are blocked and you're not supposed to necessarily feel crummy when you're cleaning this stuff out. The ideal situation is to make sure that it is coming out. So it starts with drainage. So we're going to get into what the drainage funnel is. So here is this is the drainage funnel. This is your body. So your cells, they do the cleanup. Inside each cell, there's a bunch of different, they're not like organs, they're called organelles. They're these little things that are like organs inside the cell. So you think of the cell as a body in and of itself. And the little powerhouse in there that keeps it moving is the mitochondria. Mitochondria, and I'm not going to get too deep into this, but it creates the energy to make your cells do the things that it needs to do, including clean itself up. So there's a bunch of things that will hinder your mitochondrial function. A lot of times if you have different DNA mutations, like I have an MTHFR mutation, which a third of the population has. it means that my liver doesn't really work the way that it should. So, for instance, I can't really drink. I can't have alcohol, different things like that. Sometimes certain smells make me get a headache, things like that. Um, so my mitochondria doesn't really do what it needs to do. So I need to make sure that when I do this sort of thing, I take something that helps my mitochondria. The organs and tissues. Now, for instance, your skin, sweating is really important. Your bile and liver down at the bottom there. That's another way to get everything out. We're going to go over sweating and taking detox baths because your skin is the largest organ. So if you want to get something out fast, that's the best way to do it. About, boy, what are we at now? Almost 20 years ago, I got really addicted to spicy tuna rolls, and I ate a lot of tuna, and I got mercury poisoning. And the one thing that got it out as fast as possible was sitting in a sauna. So if you have access to a sauna, I highly recommend it. If you, I know a couple of you are in the Jai Yoga community, I have a link to a special deal on a pack of saunas in there too. Next, we have the lymphatic system. The lymphatic system is where your lymph system is. It's like another highway in your body that is like the arteries and veins. Instead of blood, it carries lymphatic lymph. And lymph is when your white blood cells, they're killing off things, and all that metabolic waste has to go somewhere. It gets into the lymph system, and the places where the lymph comes together, the lymphatic draining system, is in the lymph nodes. So when you're sick, you'll notice that your glands are swollen, right? Or you'll feel pain in your, a little bit. They'll be sore in spots too. When you get or used to get your period, you would feel, the ones down near where your legs meet your abdomen. Those would be sore. And that's what it does. And the thing with the lymphatic system is that it, unlike the cardiovascular system, doesn't have a heart that helps to pump everything through. It needs you to help it drain. So you have to move and do things and jump up and down, like quite literally, to do this. And then we have the liver and bile ducts. So the gallbladder and the liver processes all of these toxins in 3 different stages. First, it turns it into like a water-soluble form, then it transmutes it into another form, and then finally in the 3rd form, it can leave and go out into the colon. So, really important that you're eliminating daily. Sometimes they say even like 2 or 3 times daily, which I have yet to achieve. But once a day at the very least is important. So one of the things that you can do is take something to help you go while you're doing this, just to make sure. This is why I talk about the Jumpstart Kit in Cellcore. When I took that, I was pooping twice a day, and that's unusual for me. As a matter of fact, I had to do as luck would have it, I had to do my Cologuard while I was doing the Jumpstart Kit, which was a real blessing because I was able to just do it when I needed to do it. It was like great. It was perfect. But it's the best I've ever gone. So I'm looking forward to doing that one again. Okay. So let's just get into, let me see. Stop sharing. Let's get into where is the board? Huh. Hold on one second. Here we go. Okay. So here's the resources page. So this is going to be your go-to. This is where everything is. And so let me read it here. We all need to detox. Generally, our livers, skin, and digestive tract will all help us remove toxins like chemicals, heavy metals, dead cells, viruses, fungi, and parasites. Unfortunately, our modern world is teeming with more than our ancestors had to deal with. There's also an ever-growing portion of the population that has blocked metabolic pathways due to genetics, our environment, and our diets. This is where a conscious detox protocol is very helpful. The body works miracles when given the ability to do what it naturally does. A total body cleanse sets us up for healing. Here you'll find a listing of just some of the products that can be used in a detox cleanse. This is by far not an exhaustive list, nor is it intended to be a replacement for medical diagnosis or treatment. So yes, my disclosure is that anything that you click through on an Amazon, I get a couple cents for. If you're doing the cell core, I do get some royalties from that. But it's win-win, because if you get it through me, I also give you a 15% discount off of the retail. So this is where the replay of this webinar is going to be. I'm going to stick all the replays at the top of the page so you can look at them before the table of contents, which is right here. So here, you click book an appointment. That's actually at the bottom of the page, but I figured it would be the first link. So you can just pick a date and time to do an appointment with me if you have any questions and you want just one-on-one help. So preparation and support. There's a bunch of different things that we can do to get the lymphatic system going. And Kundalini Yoga is a great way to do that. I know we have a couple of people who are familiar with that here. Also, another way to do it is the Big 6 lymphatic drainage points. It's a tapping sequence, which I believe I do still have. Yeah, here it is right here. So here's the video since last time. My God, look at that still of my face. Anyway, so we can go through that. I'll probably be doing this live again as one of the check-ins, and we'll go through and do this. And it involves just tapping different spots. You know, you start up here, and then you go up here, and then you go in your armpits. And it's actually quite relaxing. It feels really nice. The Kundalini Yoga, I will put together a Kundalini sequence about 30 minutes. And Kundalini does different poses and in a sequence. And it requires, there's a lot of movement and rhythm to it. So it does help to bounce and move and do lymphatic drainage. So I will be going through and putting this up here. The last one, I think I accidentally deleted it, but it's okay. I have a new Kriya sequence for you guys that I'm going to be putting together. One of the things that you can also do, which is very helpful if you don't want to bounce up and down, is you can dry brush. There is a sequence that you can do that will stimulate the lymphatic flow by gently massaging the skin in the direction of the lymph nodes. And this video here will show
how to
you
dry brush for lymphatic drainage. Lymphatic drainage is excellent for inflammation and lymphatic function, and it's been proven in studies that it will help inflammation go down. You start by moving up the abdomen with your dry brush. Then you work towards the heart on the chest. Next, you do the upper arms towards the body. Next, the lower arms towards the elbow. Do the hand, and then go back up the arm. Make sure you go all the way around. Then you go back across the chest towards the heart. Next, brush the upper part of the leg. Go all the way around the whole leg. Then do the knee. Behind the knee is important as well. Then the lower leg from the bottom up. Make sure you go all the way around. And last, the feet. Do the toes all the way up the foot. And then go up the whole leg from the bottom up and repeat with the other leg. Do the abdomen again towards the heart. And then take a shower. This is excellent. It feels great. And I have one available, link in bio.
Okay. Oh my God. I can't get out of this thing. Hold on. There we go. Okay. So that is one of the ways to get things moving. If you need something to relax. What is that? Nice. Anyway, if you would like to do something nice and relaxing, dry brushing is an excellent way to do that. And then you can take a shower and then go to bed. Or you can do the dry brushing. And here is, I did offer on my page, this thing is driving me crazy. So you can, if you don't have one, this is a nice little set. It's not expensive. It's a nice thing to have. Rebounding is another way, bouncing up and down on one of these small trampolines.
Jumping up and down is fun and so good for you. Easiest way to do that is on one of these little rebounders. I have one and I love it, and I put the link in the bio if you want.
So yeah, if you want one of these, or if you have one of these, drag it out from under the bed, pull it out from behind the couch. It's a good thing to have, just even if you're not jumping up and down like that woman was in the video, just bouncing up and down on it. They call it a health bounce. It's just a little bounce up and down. You can do it for 5 minutes and you feel a lot better just by doing that. So that's a good way to get your lymphatic system going. These vibration plates were all over the place, so I slapped one on here in case you're interested in trying one of these out. I've heard a lot of great things about them, but I don't know anybody that still uses them. It seemed like it was a fad that came and went. So rather than go crazy and spend the money on something like this, I would just say get the little trampoline. They're pretty inexpensive and they're fun to use. The other thing is a castor oil pack. Putting a castor oil pack on, it helps the liver to detox by promoting circulation and stimulating the lymphatic system. When applied over the liver area, the castor oil penetrates the skin and supports the body's natural detoxification processes. It encourages the flow of lymph and blood, which helps remove toxins from the liver more efficiently. Additionally, castor oil packs can reduce inflammation, relieve congestion, and promote relaxation, all of which contribute to improved liver function and detoxification. So I have a video here on how to set up your castor oil pack. And then I offer some links to purchase relatively inexpensive ones. The castor oil, it needs to be organic, it needs to be hexane free, and it needs to be in a glass bottle. Otherwise, it can be contaminated. So that's the one that I like. You can find it somewhere else too. Health food stores usually have it if you don't want to get it through Amazon on my page. The detox bath. The detox bath is awesome. I take Epsom salt, baking soda, and bentonite clay. You do a cup of Epsom salt, half a cup of baking soda, and a tablespoon of bentonite clay. And you throw it in a hot tub and you just relax for as long as you can take. When you are ready, you get out of the tub and just pat yourself dry. Keep everything that was in, don't rinse yourself off, dry off for about an hour. Then you can wash it off because you want all of the minerals and everything that were drawing things out to be on your surface of your skin for a while and continue to work. So you can see Epsom salt is rich in magnesium, which relaxes the muscles, eases stress, and supports detoxification by promoting sweating and removing impurities through the skin. Baking soda helps neutralize toxins, softens skin, and balances the body's pH levels. And bentonite clay binds to heavy metals and toxins, pulling them out through the skin as it absorbs impurities. Together they create a powerful detox bath that soothes the body and supports the elimination of toxins. When added to a detox bath, borax and diatomaceous earth provide additional cleansing and detoxing benefits. Borax is a natural mineral with antifungal and antibacterial properties. In a detox bath, it helps to cleanse the skin, balance pH, and support the removal of toxins. It can also help soothe skin irritations and promote overall skin health. And diatomaceous earth is made from fossilized algae and is rich in silica, which can help exfoliate dead skin cells and bind to toxins, drawing them out of the body. Its ability to absorb impurities supports the detoxification process and can leave the skin feeling smoother and refreshed. So all of these things together, I mean, that's like the best feeling ever, one of these baths. I actually cannot wait to take one again. I don't know what took me so long. The video is kind of funny when you want to watch it. I look like I just had the most relaxing spa day of my life. So here's some of the products that I just talked about. I don't know what's going on with my voice today. So here's the Epsom salt, the baking soda, and the Indian bentonite clay. They're all available here on Amazon if you would like to purchase them there. There's the borax and the diatomaceous earth. Those two, you know, if you want to like go a little extra mile, you can take those, do those as well. Yeah, the detox bath is great, Helen. Love it. Those two will be like a, you know, an extra power punch to the bath. But if you don't have them and you don't want to use them, you don't have to, but the other three are important. So infrared sauna and sweating. Okay, a sauna offers numerous health benefits by promoting sweating, which helps the body eliminate toxins and impurities through the skin. The heat from the sauna improves circulation, relaxes muscles, and reduces stress by encouraging the release of endorphins. Yeah, and if you've been in a sauna, you know what I mean. Regular use can also boost the immune system, improve cardiovascular health, support detoxification, and promote clearer skin. Additionally, saunas can enhance recovery after exercise and contribute to overall relaxation and well-being. Yeah, I'm having one of those days. I think it's just the whole Mercury retrograde is hitting me already. So if you are local to the shoreline and you're familiar with Jai Yoga in Madison, you can go and schedule a sauna with her. And also there is a special, and we're only running it until April 19th. So you can get a 4-pack of 30-minute sessions for $100, which saves $40 on 4 sessions. Or you can do an 8-pack of 30-minute sessions for $190, which saves $90 on 8 sessions. And I have yet to try her sauna. I have been in Dana's sauna. I have not been in Jen's yet. Okay, moving on down that detoxification pathway, that funnel, the bowel movement. Regular bowel movements are essential during detox to ensure that the toxins and waste are efficiently removed from the body. Without elimination, toxins can be reabsorbed, leading to sluggishness and potentially compromising the detox process. Chia seed pudding supports regular bowel movements because the chia seeds are high in fiber. The fiber absorbs the water, forming a gel to help bulk up the stool and promote smooth digestion. This is a gentle yet effective way of keeping it moving and supporting the overall detox. I have a recipe for chia seed pudding. This is a pleasant way to take your fiber, to get it out. There are numerous different things that you can take to help you going. Oxy powder is the big guns. I do have that on here, but we also have a cell core bowel mover, which is great. So here's the chia seeds. Here's the oxy powder. The only thing I don't like about the oxy powder is it's only like an emergency type of thing. It's not something you could keep taking while you're doing this. I mean, I suppose you could, but it's kind of too big of a gun. It'll knock you over the head. The cell core bowel mover is better. It has a bunch of different things in it. It's not just magnesium oxide, which can be kind of rough on you. 12 herbs and botanicals. including clove bud, fennel seed, garlic bulb, senna leaf, and wormwood, which also contributes to detoxifying from parasites. Wormwood is an anti-parasitic. Um, so they mixed everything together, created this bowel mover, and it also has all the Cellcore products have humic and fulvic acids in them. Humic and fulvic acids are the active ingredient in Shilajit, and if you've heard of that, you kind of have an idea what I'm talking about. If you haven't, let me explain. Humic and fulvic acids are found in ancient mineral like seabeds. It's ancient fermented plant materials, and they contain all the vitamins and minerals that our soils used to contain. So one of the reasons why we absorb toxins to begin with is our our soil's been depleted like horribly. And when we used to have all the minerals in our soils and into our food and in our bodies, we weren't absorbing other things because when you have a deficiency of minerals, other things come in to take its place. And that's where we get like heavy metal toxification from. Other things as well. But if you have those, the humic and the fulvic, and you're taking enough of it and your minerals and are up, the chances of the bad guys getting in there is greatly reduced because all those little holes where all the bad stuff would get in are filled with what you need, the good vitamins and minerals. So these ancient minerals are included in all of the Cellcore products. There is another way to do this. If you really would like, you can do some of the other products and some Shilajit. Shilajit contains the humic and the fulvic, but it's kind of a raw form of it. And this has, like, they've taken it and they've taken it another step further and they've mixed it with all these things, and it helps to supercharge all of the herbs in every single thing that they have. So that's why I like it. Um, so colonics and enemas. Now, I haven't had one in a while. I definitely want to make an appointment. Colonics are excellent. I do have a link to schedule a colonic with Patty Hartman. She's in Guilford if you're in the area. Um, your best bet is to have a colonic probably like the week before, the week of, and then the week after you do the actual parasite cleanse. What it does is it helps to pull everything absolutely out of you that could be festering. You know, if say for instance we kill off, say you have parasites and you're killing off the adults, it's leaving the eggs behind. Some of that stuff hangs on, and getting a colonic helps to rinse absolutely everything out. And if you get backed up at all, it helps to pull everything out. Likewise, you can also do your own enemas. I've done just water enemas. Coffee enemas are great. But doing that really helps to get this stuff out of you so that you're not going to be backed up and getting toxic again from whatever it is that you're killing off. So that's kind of like a last ditch effort. You can purchase an enema bag. Yeehaw, fun. It's not nearly as bad as it sounds. I'm sure most of you guys have tried this before. Here's the coffee. Adding coffee to the enema really supercharges it because it goes up and it helps to stimulate your liver, and it helps your bile to really get moving. So it cleans out your gallbladder and your liver as well. That's what doing the organic coffee and the enema does. And we can get more into that and find some instructions on how to do that. I can give you more guidance if it's something you want to do. So here are the cleansing products. We have several different choices here. So the Cellcore Parakit, that has basically everything in it. Let's see. I'm getting thirsty. So there's a bunch of different herbs in this that help to kill off different stages of different parasites. So now the parasites, let's get into what's the deal with the parasites anyway. Most of the parasites that we have in our systems are microscopic. You're not That was weird. What happened, Melissa? Okay. Most of the parasites are microscopic. You're not necessarily going to see them come out in your poop. I know there are some people that are digging through and they're finding things. Sometimes people have tapeworms. Sometimes you'll see roundworms. Sometimes you'll see liver flukes, which look like little pieces of like brown tape and stuff. Tapeworms are actually kind of thin. I know actually I'm sharing my screen. You can't really see what I'm making with my finger gestures, but it's smaller than, it's narrower than Scotch tape. But the chances of that being something isn't really high. It doesn't mean you're not going to maybe have pinworms. Toxoplasmosis is very, very common. That is the parasite that you get from cats. And what happens is they get into the cat poop. The cat is with you. The cysts or the eggs get into you because you're touching things, whatever, and they get into you. And they grow inside of you. And what they do is they make you love cats. They make you really love cats, like to the point where this is where the crazy cat lady thing comes in, because it affects your brain and it kind of hijacks your brain, and it makes you think that, you know, you need the cat. Oh my God. There are mice that catch this, that fall in love with the cats, and then the cats will eat the mice, and that's how this cycle works. It's insane. Parasites are a crazy, crazy life form. It's nuts. But anyway, toxoplasmosis is one of the microscopic ones. Giardia is another one. You can get that by swimming in fresh water. It gets into your intestinal system. And a lot of times you get these things and they kind of hang out and they don't really do anything to you, except you kind of don't feel very well. Or, you have a hard time getting over something, and you can't figure out why. You probably have something your body's trying to fight. And viruses are parasites. They're intercellular obligate parasites. So this is why people, it's taking antivirals. They're taking ivermectin, which is an antiparasitic. The reason it works is because viruses are parasites. That's why it works. That's kind of a harsh way to do things. I don't necessarily recommend the ivermectin. If you are trying to deal with something really hard like Lyme, you can include it in a rotation. Lyme disease is another one of those microscopic things. It's kind of hard to explain what Lyme disease is. It's a spirochete. It's not quite a parasite. It's not quite a virus. It's something in between. I think it was developed somewhere in a lab, but I'm not going to get into that. So anyway, doing one thing that's different every month, different antiparasitics is a good way to make sure that you're getting Lyme disease out. But Lyme disease is very difficult to get rid of. So anyway, this will make it feel better, at least. So the supplements in the kit provide key herbs and nutrients to support the body's natural ability to detoxify during the full moon. The full moon. The reason why it is during the full moon is because that is when the parasites like to reproduce. So one of the reasons why people can't sleep at night, let me stop the share for a second. One of the reasons why people have a hard time sleeping if they have parasite infections during the full moon is that everything reproduces during the full moon. So you feel it, and you feel uncomfortable and you feel edgy, and you're just, even if it's not an actual worm in there or it's something microscopic, they do reproduce. So they kind of overwhelm your body, and your system is just like, whoa, your immune system. So you start to react to it. You may feel flu-like, you might get stuffy. You just may have a hard time because they also are pooping in you, and there's toxins coming out of the parasites into your bloodstream. So you might feel restless and uncomfortable. And this is one of the reasons why people get crazy around the full moon. So the reason why we do the parasite cleanse during the full moon is because that's when they're all out. We want to just hit them hard because they're all like, woohoo. So we're going to catch them with their pants down. So let me get back to the sharing screen. Okay, so the Parakit. The Parakit has several different products in it. So let's see here. Let's explain. It has mimosa pudica seed, amla fruit, black walnut hull, clove bud, holy basil, and neem. Now, the mimosa pudica is the para 1. That is in and of itself its own thing. That's the thing that is that if you've ever seen that putty that you can use to clean off your car on the inside, and you stick it in the little holes and you pull it out, and all the stuff is stuck to it. That's kind of what the para 1, the mimosa pudica seed, does. All the pictures that you see in the parasite groups of all that weird brown ropeworm, quote unquote, stuff is mostly mimosa pudica seed with a bunch of the crud that's been stuck to your intestines coming out together. So if you're going to include mimosa pudica, which is the para 1, you need to make darn sure that you're pooping really well, because it could bind you up. If you don't want to use the mimosa pudica, the para 1, and you just want to do para 2 and 3, then you don't have to try as hard to make sure that you're pooping. I mean, you still need to, but it's not going to be as hard. So the brightness of the full moon naturally creates a drop in melatonin production, which downregulates the immune system. The Parakit is designed to optimize the body's natural detoxification processes and nourish your system before, during, and after the full moon, which occurs 12 times a year. Note, since the Parakit offers a more intensive approach to supporting the body's natural detoxification processes, it's recommended for patients to increase their drainage support before and during introducing this kit. For example, with Advanced Tudka, Bowel Mover, or any of the supplements in the Jumpstart kit. Phase 1 of the comprehensive protocol or phase 1 of the foundational protocol. Now, that's what I just basically explained. If you need to strip it down and you just want one thing that you want to do to get your drainage pathways going before, the Advanced Tudka is the thing. I just watched a whole thing about what Advanced Tudka does. It is mind-blowing. I mean, I could probably do a webinar just on Advanced Tudka and all the wonderful benefits it has. If there is nothing at all that you take before doing a parasite cleanse, pick that one. If you don't want to do the Jumpstart kit, pick the Advanced Tudka. I'm doing the Jumpstart kit again, but when I'm done with this and I do my next parasite cleanse, I'm just going to do the Advanced Tudka before and then do the parasite cleanse, because the Advanced Tudka does literally everything. It cleans out everything. It gets your liver going. It reduces brain cancer. I mean, it's insane what this stuff does. I just saw the whole list. It's pages and pages long. I'll even leave, just for ha-has, I'll leave it in the Telegram, it's like 33 pages long what Advanced Tudka does. So one of the things I'm going to do is get out there and yell and scream about how wonderful Advanced Tudka is and all the things that it does. But I don't have the time to really get into all that right now. So that's just my advice to you on this, because this is the Parakit. The biotoxin binder is essential. You need to have a binder. The para 1 is that mimosa pudica, which is that sticky stuff. The para 2 are some herbs that kill certain things. The para 3 are other herbs that kill other things. But that biotoxin binder is really important, because if you're killing off these parasites, they absorb heavy metals when they're in your body. And when you kill them off, they release the heavy metals into your body. The last thing you want is to start absorbing heavy metals because you've killed off something that contains them. Here's just some little other things that you can use. Cistus tea. Cistus tea is really cool. It's just something you can drink while you're doing this. It helps to break down biofilms. Biofilms are the mucoid things in your body, from like in your ears, in your nose, down your throat, in your butt, in your intestines, where all of these things in the eggs like to hang on to. Viruses love biofilms. Funguses like Candida love biofilms. COVID likes biofilms. Everything absolutely loves to hang out in these biofilms. And the cistus tea helps to break those down. So it's something that you can do that's not taking a pill or a capsule or whatever. It's a tea that you can drink. This stuff is great. You get a whole mess of it. I had mine for a long time. It lasts a very long time. Neem is just another thing that you can take to help kill off some of this stuff, especially if you have Lyme. But it's not essential to take this. Raw pumpkin seeds, excellent snack. Help to clear you out while you're doing this. It is an anti-parasitic in and of itself, and it also helps you poop. So that's a great snack to snack on along with your chia seed pudding. Here's the other protocols. But again, I did not find these really effective. I did this fresh green black walnut wormwood complex, but it's only part of the picture. It doesn't do the whole thing. And the Dr. Clark is a great protocol and everything too, but in the end, if you buy this and you're doing the other stuff, you're going to end up paying more than if you just do the cell core stuff. So here's the options for the binders. So binders are crucial during detox because they help capture and remove the toxins from the body. As the body releases toxins during detox, binders like activated charcoal, bentonite clay, or chlorella attach to these harmful substances in the digestive tract, preventing them from being reabsorbed into the bloodstream. By binding with toxins, heavy metals, or other waste products, binders ensure that these are safely eliminated through the stool, enhancing the effectiveness of the detox and minimizing symptoms of toxin overload. So very important that you are doing the binders while you're doing an actual parasite cleanse. So in the Jumpstart kit, if that's the way you want to go, it contains a biotoxin binder that's helpful. Some of these other things help to upregulate your mitochondria. The KL support helps your kidney and liver to get moving, and the CT minerals also helps you poop. So that's what these all do. Yeah, the BC, ATP, and the CT minerals. They help your mitochondria get moving. So that's like the first phase in getting everything going. And you feel better when you take these. I mean, I had great energy. That was the best I felt in a long time, was just doing that one Jumpstart kit. It was amazing. I can't wait to take that again, actually. Carboxy is a heavy duty binder, but you can get the carboxy and toss it in a detox bath with you because it's a powder. So that's why I put that one out there. Bentonite clay. Bentonite clay, even if you don't necessarily use it for this particular detox, bentonite clay is awesome to have on hand. I keep a bottle of it all the time because sometimes your stomach just doesn't feel right and you feel nauseous. Or if you have kids that get an icky tummy and they don't really feel very good, you give them a tablespoon of this mixed in a glass of water, and my God, it's the best thing in the world. It just makes it go away. I also like using the bentonite clay. I have a problem with gluten, so if I know I've been glutened, then I'll immediately when I get home take a tablespoon of this in some glass of water with another water chaser behind it, and I'm fine. It's a miracle, bentonite clay. So if you have it and you're doing your parasite cleanse and you feel really crummy, that's a good thing to take to help you. The Binder Plus, that's pretty much like one of the cell core things. It's just another one of those, just another option. It's got lots of stuff in it. Activated charcoal. Well, I would be careful with some of these binders if you are on pharmaceuticals of any kind, if you're taking anything, or if you're taking your vitamins. The only binder that you can take alongside your vitamins, which isn't really going to take your vitamins out with it or your drugs that you need out with it, is this chlorella. Chlorella is a very gentle binder. It's got a bunch of stuff in it that's good for you, but it also helps to detox you, and it won't pull all the good stuff out. So that's a nice one to take if you are not going to be doing the cell core stuff. Activated charcoal is like an emergency thing to have on hand. If you got kids and somebody eats something they shouldn't, like, or drinks poison or something, that'll help it. It also helps along with the bentonite clay if they have a stomach virus too. That's good stuff. This is the fulvic humic mineral blend. This is the trace minerals that I was talking about. All the Cellcore products contain this just as a matter of course. Like in every single thing they have a special blend that's in every single capsule. So you wouldn't have to get this if you do that, but this is just another option. As is this Shilajit. I've been taking the Shilajit and I take it alongside of the other things that contain the humic and fulvic because I love it so much. It helps to balance your hormones and stuff too. If you're on thyroid medication, you need to be careful with this because it will balance out your thyroid. You won't need your medication anymore and you'll have to reduce it. So if you have a thyroid issue, go easy with the Shilajit and the humic and the fulvics. It could just, make you not need your drugs anymore. But again, you're not going to need these things if you're doing the Cellcore because it has it all together. But if you're done with your Cellcore, you're done with the Parasite Cleanse, and you want to continue taking the humic and the fulvic, the Shilajit is a great way to do it. The dandelion leaf and root tea, excellent for your liver. Another wonderful tea to drink while you're doing this. Drinking teas while you're doing this is a great thing. Burdock root, also a wonderful tea for your liver, tonic. The pine needle tea. Pine needle tea is good for the spike protein. Unfortunately, we all have COVID now. Whether or not it's persisting in you is dependent on what your immune system is like. And if you are prone to long COVID, or if you had long COVID, or if you still don't quite feel right, doing the pine needle tea is helpful. And I figure if we're doing a parasite cleanse, we might as well work on making you feel really good. So if you're interested, you can get your pine needle tea there. Now, the glutathione is something that works on your mitochondria as well. But again, you are not necessarily going to need this stuff if you are doing the Cellcore. That's what I'm saying. If in the end you decide to just piecemeal it, it does end up, you have to get this, that, the other thing. It's not really worth it. But again, I want to just kind of break it down so you have a choice and an option. This is also, the Redmond salt. It's just a good thing to have for more minerals, just to kind of keep your body in homeostasis. So dietary guidance. What are we going to do? Now, we're not going to go absolutely bonkers. I know a lot of times when people do detoxes, they have like these juice detoxes and they're very Spartan and, you can't have this, you can't have that. So let me just read this. Recommended dietary changes can significantly enhance your overall wellness, especially during this cleanse. Reducing sugar and grains is a key step. These substances can feed parasites within your body, leading to imbalances that affect both mental and physical health. They can contribute to the accumulation of glyphosate, which is found in many non-organic grains and is known for its harmful effects. Additionally, sugar and grains can foster an environment for fungal infections like Candida, which can cause further complications. It's also beneficial to avoid certain foods such as pork and sushi, which might not align with your health goals. Pork and sushi have parasites in them. It's kind of like silly to be trying to kill these things off while having things that you know for a fact probably have parasites in them at the same time. And that doesn't mean that you can never ever have this stuff again, but while you're trying to kill off parasites, it might be a good idea to avoid them because otherwise you're shoveling it against the tide and you don't want to do that. So if you're looking for simplified guidelines on healthy food choices and how to purchase them with ease, I've created a valuable resource just for you. Download my free book for insightful information tailored to your needs. So yes, here's my book, Fast and Frugal, How to Shop for Groceries in 15 Minutes or Less. I put my heart and soul into this little guide. It basically is shop the perimeter, but there's other things in there. I've got the Clean 15 and the Dirty Dozen, and ways that you can, let me check the chat. Let me see. Haven't tried these things. My go-to clean has been celery juice. Can I keep up that while doing this? Absolutely you can. Do you continue with vitamins and supplements when you're using the Jumpstart kit? Yes, absolutely. They're not going to, this all works with that. As long as you're not doing one of the heavy duty binders, I would say you can take your vitamins with it. That's what I did, and it was fine. And celery juice is an excellent thing to take with your while you're detoxing. You can do that for sure. If you have any go-to juices that you like to do, you can do that as long as you're not adding a lot of sugar to your diet, because that feeds parasites and we want to kill them. So yes, lastly, you can book an appointment with me if you want a 30-minute one-on-one. I can go through all of that. Of course, I've got the disclaimer, and I am not a doctor. This is not medical advice. This is an educational webinar, and I am giving you guidance as a certified nutrition coach. And that is that. So, do we have any questions? Let me stop my share. I'm going to make all this available to you in the group. I have a bunch of stuff in the group too that I had posted. Hi there. And I have a bunch of other notes, but I know I gave you an awful lot of information in this 1 hour, so I don't want to overload you. I'd like it to just kind of settle in. When you are ready to purchase any of these things, you should be doing that within this first week so that you can get them. They come within a couple days. Please let me know. Here, let me get back to sharing the screen. I want to show you something real quick. And what you can do is right here. You're going to create an account with Cellcore. If you already have an account with Cellcore, let me know. You have to send them a message that it says that you want to change to this code. That's my code. And that's how you're going to get the discount. So when you're ready, you could click the sign up button and let me know, and then I can apply your discount and I can help you with the purchasing process depending on what way you want to go with this. You want to do the light one or you want to do the heavy duty one. Either way, whatever works for you. So let me know for sure. Okay. And so generally what I like to do from the beginning is start doing some rebounding. I will probably get into, actually, I think I'm going to probably do either the Kundalini or the tapping next week. The tapping video, the tapping video is there already. You can watch it and start doing that. That's something you can do every day. You can do that in 5 minutes. And that's a good thing to do, just on the regular, when you wake up in the morning or before you go to bed. It's very relaxing. I like to, burn a little incense, turn on some singing bowls or something, and do that. I will also do the Kundalini for lymphatic drainage. That'll be, again, I'm not quite sure what week I'm going to do what yet. I'm kind of flying by the seat of my pants with it, but I know that there's certain things I want to do. I just don't know what order I'm going to do them in yet. And then I'll probably get into like a little deeper, geeky involvement into how all this stuff works and what's happening while you're killing these things off and how your body does detox on its own. But as I said, especially if you have any people in your family or you yourself have been diagnosed with anything like autism or ADHD or any kind of neurodiversity, or if you are hypermobile or have any of these things, have any gut issues of any kind, you probably have blocked metabolic pathways, which is why getting the mitochondria going with some of these supplements first is important. That otherwise it's kind of hard to get things rolling, unless you do that. So that's why that's important. I think everybody, unfortunately, now our epigenetics is starting to like flip all the little switches over to metabolic pathways being blocked. So that's why we've got all these cases of autism increasing and everything, because we're getting overloaded. Our nervous systems just can't handle all this stuff. So doing a regular detox is probably going to be just an essential part of keeping yourself healthy from now on. I've heard you should be doing them 4 times a year. I'm starting with twice a year. It's a lot to do these things, run through the whole thing. But I think as you do it, it might just, if you find things that work throughout this, take it with you and just make it a part of your routine. Yes, the Jumpstart detox does lead to the cleanse. The cleanse is just, the cleanse is the whole thing. But the parasite cleanse portion of it is what we lead up to at the full moon in April. So, I mean, you are doing the cleanse even when you start just rebounding on a trampoline. That is part of starting the cleanse. Taking the detox bath, doing all those things. It's not just the one thing, it's kind of all of the things together. This is a holistic approach. If after this, the parasite cleanse portion of it is actually only the second step of a process that can continue on. You can get into working on cleaning out the Roundup, the glyphosate, all of the pesticides and herbicides. We can clean those out. The heavy metals in your body, we can work on cleaning those out. There's the viruses that you have, the latent viruses. We can work on getting the viral load down another way. So I have decided to put together a monthly program that we're going to go through each month how to do a next step in it. They're not necessarily going to be required to do, some of them are supplements, some of them are other things. Yes, Melissa, your hand is up.
Yeah, so I have psoriasis. I was diagnosed somewhat recently. I knew I had it. I thought it was eczema, but regardless, I've done a lot. The green juice, a lot of, the emotional and like also other things, but it's like that. I still get like, I want it to be, they say you can't completely clear it or heal it, but I believe you can, but there's just like that residual. That's why I feel like I need this parasite
Yeah.
cleanse. So the
Yes.
jump
Yes.
start, and then like so it's the jump start, and then after that there's a cleanse you have to buy.
There's a parakit.
Okay, so it's the jump start and the parakit.
Jumpstart and the parakit, those are the most those two are the most comprehensive
Mhm.
together.
Okay.
If you are looking to, if you want to do, they have a 4-month thing. I did that. Eric and I did it together
Okay.
last time. And that's a different protocol. So, just let me know. We can talk about it and I can show you if that's something that you want to do. Then this way you can get it because you get the foundation and the para with that other protocol.
Yeah.
It just adds 2 more months to it if it's something you want to do. But if you want, you could start off with these two and then add the other two too. This, whatever way you want to do that.
Okay. No, it makes a lot of sense. Yeah, and even your mitochondria, that comment you made about the mitochondria, like I'm very, my liver is very, it's like my thing I need to focus on more now, and I'm very sensitive to smells. I can't eat gluten, I
Yes,
can't eat dairy, so
yes, yes,
I can take that during the cleanse and all that.
yes. Oh, you can take what
That
during?
that, that that
Oh
mitochondria.
yeah, no, that's what it does. It supports your mitochondria throughout the cleanse. That's what's great about the
Oh,
Cellcore products. Yeah.
oh,
The
cool.
the Jumpstart has the KL support and that does kidney liver specific.
Okay.
But you're going to be, all the stuff. I mean, the humic and the fulvics actually also help your mitochondria.
Okay.
Everything they have has that in it.
Okay. Awesome.
So it's keeping it going. I mean, they've done an amazing job. I still am blown away. I mean, I've been sitting there like eating up all their webinars about how this stuff works. They have like wicked science around this stuff. I mean, it's just studies and medical
Oh, I
uh,
believe. Yeah. Okay.
research, and it's mind blowing what they've put into these things. And
Mhm.
if I were going to come up with something, it would be these things. Because a lot of times I was always frustrated with different supplements. I'm like, okay, fine, we've got B vitamins, but they're not the methylated folate and the B12 that's in it. But they have that. They have it all in there.
Okay.
They just came out with like a bunch of different new things that I'm trying out now too. My multi is going to be one of their multis that has
Oh, cool.
incredible stuff in it. And I'm like,
Okay.
oh my God, I mean, I only have to take one thing.
Yeah. Thank you. I know. Great. Awesome.
Yeah.
The little one is calling me, but I appreciate that.
Okie dokie. Yeah. So let me know.
I'm listening. Thank you.
Alrighty. Anybody else? Amanda, do you have any more questions? You were asking about the green juice. Is there something else that you do in addition to the green juice?
Yeah. Oh, hang on. There were video. Okay, I'm home now, so I can do video.
Okay, good.
Um, so I guess I do a lot of things. Like I already do dry brushing.
Good.
I have, sometimes just straight celery juice, but there's other juices. Are you familiar with like the medical medium protocols at all?
Yes, actually, that was the first woman who started doing this, where I was inspired to like run with this program. Had a lot of medical medium stuff. So,
Okay.
a lot of the recipes that are there, they are made to do with this protocol. That is what they are. So that's good. You can go ahead and use those. If you have any insights, ideas, different recipes that you like to use, please share them in the Telegram.
Okay.
Yeah, this is not just a me thing, it's a you guys thing too. Like this is a group. We're doing this together.
Okay.
Yeah, please.
1 second. Sorry, I have to take notes while I
Oh
have
yeah,
things on.
it's okay. But you joined the Telegram group, right?
I didn't yet because I downloaded Telegram and then it was like I have an account already, but I didn't remember my password and it was just a
Okay.
big hassle and I didn't have the time to get into it in
Okay.
that moment.
All right.
So I have
Yeah,
to
when you
like
get a chance, don't
reset my password.
yeah, not a problem. But the link is right there to join the group, right on the resources page.
Okay, is that something that came in email?
I don't think it did because I usually just give it out during this. Here, let me put it in the chat for you.
Okay, cool. Because I know, like, I know I have the link somewhere. Like, I clicked on the link to join the Telegram channel, and then it was that whole reset my password thing, and I was on my way out somewhere, so I couldn't deal with it. But perfect. All right, cool. So one of the things you mentioned was unless you're taking one of the super binders to continue all the supplements that I take a lot of supplements normally. And they're all like great high quality supplements. My naturopaths are on board with everything I'm doing.
Okay, good.
I'm just wondering if there's like, will the binders like counteract the
It
supplements?
depends on which binders you're taking. Now, what they'll give you when you purchase them, they come with a little card that tells you when to take them, and you can take your supplements at a different time. It
Okay.
shows, yeah, it'll give you a schedule. And again, I'm here to help you with that. So,
Okay.
when you get it and you're not quite sure, we can sit down and talk about it.
Okay, I do have. I'll just book an appointment with you too because I do have a lot of the things that are like I already have bentonite clay and charcoal. What was the
Yeah.
other one that you mentioned? Chlorella.
Yeah, yeah. I
Um,
mean, I wouldn't use the charcoal unless you need it.
right.
Charcoal's
That's
like,
kind of I just keep it in the cabinet for
right,
like if
right,
in
because
case.
the charcoal will definitely take everything out with you.
Yeah,
And
I.
so will the bentonite too. I mean, I would just say use the chlorella,
Mhm.
unless you are getting, some of the different, if you're getting the um the binder with the cell core kit, you can use that with the other stuff too. But the
Okay.
chlorella, yeah, the other
Yeah.
ones are there in case you find yourself in a healing crisis.
Okay.
If
Rare.
you feel crummy.
very rare that that'll happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, like my diet is already like low sugar, or I was eating a lot of sugar for a minute, but I know that sugar is one of my like, I, you know, it's not alcohol, it's not anything else, but oh my gosh, if I get on an ice cream bender, it's over.
It's terrible. It's awful. I know. I mean, I'm coming out of a winter of, and I'm not even that bad. That's the thing. Like, I'm not even
Right.
that bad, but for me,
Right.
it's been
For me,
bad.
exactly,
Right, right,
exactly.
right, right. I mean, I'm eating like dark chocolate covered quinoa chunks, like that's, it so,
Right. Right.
know,
It's like I sometimes I look at the stuff that I do and I'm just like, okay, let's put this in perspective, because I'll be like, I ate a pint of ice cream over 4 days, and I'm just like, okay, people eat that in one sitting. Like,
yes, I
you're gonna
know,
be okay.
I know. It's crazy. Oh, the one thing that I didn't really talk about that, is the water. Make sure your water's filtered. I know I kind of harp on that. I know that there are some people that are drinking the living water, the hydrogen water and
Yeah.
the Kangen machines. I use reverse osmosis. I know, oh well, it takes everything out, but I do take,
You remineralize?
yeah, yeah.
Okay, cool.
But reverse osmosis, I mean, you gotta be careful the water that you're drinking. I mean, that's just a general thing. I know I'm kind of preaching to the choir. I know you guys are generally aware of this, but it's
Um,
something that's important to mention.
I go to a spring nearby
Oh,
typically for my water. And I just moved into a new condo. And I'm thinking about installing a whole home filter. I've never had the ability to do something like that for myself
yeah.
before. So generally I would put like a filter on the shower and a filter on the sink. But my my dad and uncles are super excited to come up here and help me make as many improvements as I want to make.
Okay, where are you now?
I'm in Torrington.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I'm pretty excited to make a lot of upgrades. I want to install a sauna in my garage. Um
I want one in my basement.
that's like my big
Yeah.
my one of my best friends has a sauna in her parents' house, and I'm just
Nice.
like constantly texting her like, can I come over, sauna? So now that I have this space, I'm like, I'm gonna biohack it out.
That's great. That's wonderful. I'm so glad to see you and see you doing well. Like,
Thank you.
yeah,
Thank you.
yeah.
Yeah. This is like the most convenient place. The spring is 5 minutes away. My gym is 5 minutes away. My salon is 3 minutes away. So I
Wow.
never imagined myself living in Torrington, but the perfect opportunity came up. And even though it's a condo, it's an end unit with its own yard space and a huge garage.
I'm so
So
happy for you.
I
Oh my
can
God, you
finally
deserve
start
this
a
after
garden.
everything you've been through,
Thank you.
lady.
Thank
Jeez.
you. So, like, I can finally start my own garden this spring, and there's so much room
Yeah.
downstairs that, like, I can
Oh, wonderful.
and dry and do everything I've been needing to do.
Oh,
So,
so cool. Yeah. So definitely make that appointment with me. I want to catch up with you too,
yeah,
because we got
for
lots to
sure.
talk about.
For sure. Yeah, there's a lot to
Yeah.
talk about because I definitely want to see how this can work with a lot of the things that I already have slash do.
Right,
'Cause
right. We
I'll
could just like
probably,
restructure everything for
yeah,
you.
exactly. I'll probably just need a little bit of help with like configuration and like tailoring
Mhm,
things. And then there's
mhm.
a few specific products that I'll want to order like specifically for like the parasite cleanse part.
Yeah, sounds good.
Cool. I will
Excellent.
schedule that right after this.
Cool. Thank you.
Awesome. Yeah.
Okay, so Karen, do you have any questions? Oh,
Hi,
you're outside.
I am. I'm outside because my daughter's on a Zoom. There's other stuff. I'm cooking on the grill, so I'm just outside.
Oh, nice.
Um, the website that you sent via the chat, that is going to take us to where we can make an appointment with you.
Yes.
Okay. So I took a lot of notes, and
Good.
I'm going to make an appointment with you so I can like hash out with you exactly what I'm looking to do, and you can help me out with that. And I'm super excited about this.
Great.
This is my first parasite cleanse, and
Oh,
like
cool.
cleanse like this. I've done cleanses before, but just through foods and things like that.
Right, right. And that's the thing. If you have any, like if you've done something before, you could certainly do it in tandem with this, you know, or some aspects of it. You know, I don't want
Sure.
don't overwhelm yourself, but it's probably good to do it in tandem because this is, you know, we do talk about diet a little bit, like just here avoid these things and just try to eat clean. But you know, I'm not really prescribing a particular diet to go along with this. So if you have something that you've used in the past that works for
Yeah.
you, then you can definitely incorporate that, you know.
Oh, awesome. Okay.
And definitely, if you have information, as I said to Amanda, definitely make sure that you share it with us too,
Okay.
because we're here to share. That's what the Telegram group is all about, that
Okay. Perfect. Yeah.
group
That
support.
sounds great. Thank you so
Great.
much.
You're
I
so
do
welcome.
have a diet inquiry for you.
Sure.
Um, I know you mentioned not having grains or like a lot of grains. Um, how do you feel about like organic ancient grains?
Yeah, those probably okay. Like,
Okay.
I know I have to admit, I've gotten addicted to quinoa, you know.
Yeah.
That's why I said I was even eating like dark chocolate covered quinoa chunks all the
Those are
time.
good.
Oh my
Those are
God.
really
It's
good.
so good. But I gotta stop because I've been eating too much.
Yeah,
I
I've
gained
come
weight
to
over this.
really like farro.
Yeah.
And you know, I'm half Dominican, grew up on a lot of rice and beans. And
Right.
so like my clean alternative has been something like farro or like a wild rice pilaf
As long
with
as it's organic, you
Mhm.
should be okay. And as long as you're not eating way too many carbs, because again, that's where the glycemic index goes up and the sugar and then the parasites kind of. But I've
Yeah.
been learning a lot more recently. I've been reading an awful lot more about not being afraid of carbs.
Yeah.
I was, you know, I did a year of carnivore, and I've also done low carb for periods of time, but I also noticed that for me personally, as a middle-aged postmenopausal woman, see you later, Melissa. Um, my cortisol was going up because I wasn't having. You're so welcome. Oh, you're going. Yep, got to go to the volleyball game. Okay, take it easy, Karen. Nice to meet you and see you. Um, yeah, I just realized that I needed to have a little more of the carbs in my diet in the evening, specifically so I could sleep. So,
Interesting. I
yeah,
can't really do carbs as much in the evening
yeah,
because I will like oversleep and have weird dreams and it
yeah.
just
See, but that's the thing. I'm gonna be, how old am I gonna be? I'm gonna be 54 this year, and I'm a few years into menopause, and your body does weird things after that,
yeah,
and
yeah.
you need to have the carbs, and then it's an unfortunate thing because your metabolism slows down, and then you gain weight, and it's like, all right, well, how do I do this? So I'm doing my own little balancing act with the carbs, you know, and
Mhm,
which
mhm.
ones to use. So I'll probably pull back and be a little more low carb throughout this anyway. But if I have a hard time sleeping, I'm going to have to add them back in a little more at the end in the evenings. So, but yeah, as long as you're not overdoing it, you should be fine. Plus, again, you're younger, you got a better metabolism. Okay, Ellen. Yep. It looks like we need to get going, everybody here. So,
Thanks. Have a good night.
yeah, you're so welcome. So, yeah, I will, be in touch. See you in the Telegram group and let me know if you have any questions. Okay. Bye bye, everybody.